In the dazzling world of Chinese entertainment, some connections feel scripted by destiny itself. Among them, the bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan has sparked endless conversations, theories, and heartfelt admiration from fans across the globe. These two stars, who rose to a legendary height after their explosive chemistry in The Untamed, continue to fuel imaginations with every glance, every subtle gesture, and every unspoken word exchanged. But behind the scenes, beyond the flashing cameras and choreographed interviews, many believe there's something deeper at play, something that makes Wang Yibo gravitate towards Xiao Zhan like a moth to flame. It's not just friendship, not just brotherhood, and not just admiration. It's an undeniable pull that's both magnetic and unforgettable. So, what makes Wang Yibo want Xiao Zhan in ways that leave fans gasping, replaying clips, and analyzing moments frame by frame? Let's dive into the reasons, peeling back layers of emotions, memories, and quiet desires that often hide beneath the surface. The first reason lies in their contrast. Wang Yibo is famously known as the Ice Prince, with a cool exterior that rarely cracks. Yet, when Xiao Zhan steps into the picture, something softens. Scenes from fan meetings reveal Yibo sneaking glances at Xiao Zhan, his poker face melting into the faintest smile. It's as if Xiao Zhan is the only one with a magic key to unlock that guarded heart. For Yibo, Xiao Zhan represents warmth, a gentle flame he secretly craves when the spotlight becomes too cold. Another reason unfolds in the way Xiao Zhan understands him without words. Their backstage interactions tell stories louder than scripted interviews ever could. One unforgettable scene happened during a rehearsal when Yibo seemed withdrawn, his usual energy dimmed. Xiao Zhan, noticing instantly, leaned closer and whispered something that made Yibo chuckle. The cameras didn't catch the words, but the laughter was enough. Yibo wants Xiao Zhan because he brings peace, a sense of being understood without explanation. Something rare in a world where everyone demands but few truly listen. There's also admiration, not just for Xiao Zhan's talent but for his resilience. Yibo has always respected strength, and Xiao Zhan embodies it. Through controversies, storms of public scrutiny, and waves of challenges, Xiao Zhan stands tall with grace. For Yibo, who often prefers silence to confrontation, this strength is magnetic. He wants Xiao Zhan because he sees in him a pillar, someone who can weather the storms alongside him without faltering. But let's not ignore the playfulness between them. Fans remember those candid behind-the-scenes moments where Yibo would act cool, only to be teased by Xiao Zhan until he broke character. During one interview, Yibo struggled to keep his serious image, but Xiao Zhan's mischievous grin pushed him into laughter. The contrast between Xiao Zhan's light-hearted charm and Yibo's stoic demeanor creates a dynamic so addictive that Yibo can't help but be drawn to it. Xiao Zhan pulls him out of the shell he builds around himself. That sense of freedom, of being able to laugh without restraint, is something Yibo secretly desires more than anything. Then there's the unspoken chemistry, the kind that no director can manufacture. Their scenes in The Untamed were powerful, yes, but what made them iconic wasn't just the acting. It was the energy that felt too real, too raw to be rehearsed. The way Yibo looked at Xiao Zhan in certain takes seemed to go beyond character, lingering a second too long, carrying a softness not written in the script. Even years after filming wrapped, those glances haven't disappeared. If anything, they've deepened in real life. Yibo wants Xiao Zhan because their connection transcends roles. It feels eternal. Another striking reason is the balance Xiao Zhan brings to Yibo's life. Wang Yibo is a perfectionist, someone who trains endlessly whether it's dancing, acting, or racing motorcycles. That intensity often borders on isolation. But Xiao Zhan enters with calmness, grounding Yibo in ways no one else can. In fan-recorded clips, Xiao Zhan is seen gently guiding Yibo during events, offering a steady hand or reassuring smile. For someone like Yibo, who rarely lets people in, that balance is intoxicating. And then comes loyalty. Yibo has always been careful with trust, keeping his circle tight. Yet, Xiao Zhan has shown unwavering loyalty, never exploiting their friendship, never overshadowing him, always walking beside him as an equal. In an industry notorious for betrayals and shifting alliances, that loyalty is priceless. Yibo wants Xiao Zhan because, in him, he finds a rare sense of safety. There's also the undeniable beauty of Xiao Zhan that Yibo can't resist. Fans often joke about Yibo being caught staring too long, his eyes lingering on Xiao Zhan's smile, his gestures, even the way he walks. It's not just admiration, it's silent desire, the kind that creeps into unguarded moments. Yibo may never put it into words, but his eyes betray him every single time. And let's not forget the spark of competition. Both men are brilliant in their crafts, and Yibo thrives on challenges. Yet with Xiao Zhan, competition transforms into inspiration. Instead of rivalry, it fuels growth. Yibo wants Xiao Zhan because he pushes him to become better, not through pressure but through presence. It's a kind of wanting that isn't about possession. It's about never wanting to let go of the force that drives you higher. Finally, the reason most fans feel in their hearts but can never quite define. It's love, pure and simple. Not the loud, dramatic kind, but the quiet, steady love that doesn't need grand gestures to prove itself. It shows in stolen glances, in shared laughter, in the way their energies intertwine naturally. For Yibo, Xiao Zhan isn't just a co-star or friend. He's the one who makes the world brighter, softer, and more meaningful. That kind of love, once found, is impossible to forget. Together, these reasons paint a picture not just of admiration but of longing, not just of friendship but of something far deeper. Fans may continue to speculate, to analyze every moment, and to weave theories, but one thing is undeniable. Wang Yibo wants Xiao Zhan, in ways words may never fully capture, but actions and emotions make undeniably clear. And perhaps that's the true beauty of their story. It doesn't need a label, doesn't need confirmation. The magic lies in the mystery, in the way their bond continues to inspire millions, reminding us all that sometimes the most powerful connections in life are the ones that cannot be defined, only felt. So the next time you watch a clip of Wang Yibo sneaking a glance at Xiao Zhan, or Xiao Zhan laughing softly at Yibo's rare smile, remember this: some stories aren't written on paper. They are written in the silent spaces between two hearts. If you loved this deep dive into the unspoken bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe for more mind-blowing stories about your favorite stars. Your support keeps this journey alive, and who knows what hidden moments we'll uncover next. In the glittering realm of showbiz, Wang Yibo is often called the Ice Prince, a man of few words, guarded expressions, and an aura so mysterious that even his closest colleagues rarely claim to know what he's thinking. To the world, he appears untouchable, cool, distant, and disciplined, as if emotions were weaknesses he refuses to indulge. But then enters Xiao Zhan, and suddenly the impossible happens. The ice begins to crack. Fans who have watched them closely can't deny it. When Xiao Zhan is around, Yibo transforms. The subtle yet undeniable shift is there in his eyes, in his smile, in the way his whole demeanor softens. It's as if Xiao Zhan carries the warmth of sunlight, melting away the frost Yibo uses to shield himself from the world. And that, right there, is one of the most powerful reasons why Wang Yibo wants Xiao Zhan. Imagine this scene: a crowded fan meeting, cameras flashing, microphones picking up every word, fans cheering their names. Wang Yibo sits on stage, expression blank, posture perfect, the textbook image of calm composure. Yet, as Xiao Zhan begins speaking, something changes. Yibo turns his head ever so slightly, his eyes lingering with a softness so delicate it almost escapes notice. But fans notice. They always do. His lips curve, not into his usual polite smile, but into something gentler, warmer, almost involuntary. The kind of smile that only one person can bring out of him. There's a video clip from behind the scenes of The Untamed where this shift is captured in its purest form. Yibo, in full costume, stands off to the side, maintaining his icy composure. Crew members bustle around, but he barely reacts. Then Xiao Zhan walks up, brushing imaginary dust off Yibo's shoulder with that signature playful grin. For a moment, Yibo tries to keep his mask intact. But within seconds, it crumbles. He lowers his head to hide it, but the grin spreads across his face anyway. It's not the smile of Wang Yibo the star. It's the smile of Wang Yibo the man, touched by Xiao Zhan's warmth. And isn't that what makes this connection so irresistible? The fact that Xiao Zhan can reach a part of Yibo that no one else can. Think of how rare it is in life to find someone who melts your defenses effortlessly. Wang Yibo, who thrives on discipline, who keeps the world at arm's length, allows himself to be vulnerable, only with Xiao Zhan. It's not dramatic, not loud, but in the smallest of gestures, it speaks volumes. A subtle lean toward him during interviews. A quick glance across the stage, as if seeking reassurance. A quiet chuckle that betrays his guarded image. All of these are fragments of proof that Xiao Zhan is Yibo's safe place. The warmth he craves when the spotlight becomes too blinding. Fans recall another unforgettable moment. A variety show where the cast was asked light-hearted questions. Most of the time, Yibo responded curtly, his usual cold but cool self. But when Xiao Zhan teased him, asking if he ever smiled off-camera, Yibo's ears turned red. He tried to deflect with his standard straight-faced response. But then, right there, his lips betrayed him. The smallest, shyest grin escaped, and his eyes softened as they met Xiao Zhan's. That fleeting look said more than 1,000 words could. This softening isn't just about laughter, though. It runs deeper. There are clips where Xiao Zhan simply places a hand on Yibo's shoulder, and you can see Yibo relax instantly. The tension in his posture eases. His expression grows calmer. Xiao Zhan doesn't even have to say a word. His presence is enough. For someone like Yibo, who carries himself with such restraint, that kind of ease is rare, precious, and undeniably addictive. Behind the scenes, the contrast is even more striking. Crew members have shared glimpses of how Yibo often keeps to himself, headphones on, immersed in his own world. But when Xiao Zhan appears, that solitude cracks open. Suddenly, Yibo is talking more, laughing more, even playing little pranks. It's like watching frost thaw under morning sunlight. For fans, it's proof that Xiao Zhan holds a power over Yibo no one else does. A power rooted not in control, but in warmth, care, and genuine affection. This transformation is why fans are so convinced Yibo wants Xiao Zhan, not in the shallow sense of desire, but in the profound sense of needing his presence. Because when you've lived behind walls for so long, finding someone who makes you forget they exist is life-changing. And perhaps the most mind-blowing part, Yibo doesn't even try to hide it. His stoic mask may fool strangers, but in the presence of Xiao Zhan, his emotions spill through the cracks. Fans don't need official confirmations. They've already seen the truth written in his softened eyes, in the involuntary smiles, in the way his icy exterior melts like snow in spring. The so-called ice prince may rule the stage, but when Xiao Zhan is near, he becomes something else entirely. Human, vulnerable, open, and deeply, unmistakably drawn to the warmth only Xiao Zhan can provide. And that, dear viewers, is why this reason alone, this breaking of berries, this melting of ice, is so compelling. Because in the end, isn't that what we all want? Someone who sees past our defenses, who reaches the tender parts of us we thought we'd buried, who makes us softer just by being there. For Wang Yibo, Xiao Zhan is that someone. And no matter how much he tries to hide behind coolness, the truth shines through. Yibo wants Xiao Zhan because Xiao Zhan makes him feel alive. So the next time you catch a clip of Yibo's guarded expression breaking into the smallest smile the moment Xiao Zhan looks his way, remember this: ice doesn't melt for just anyone. It melts only for the sun. And in Yibo's world, that sun has always been Xiao Zhan. If you love this continuation of the hidden bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, make sure to hit the like button, share this story with fellow fans, drop your thoughts in the comments, and of course, subscribe for more breathtaking deep dives into the unseen moments of your favorite stars. Your support is the sunlight that keeps stories like these shining bright.